Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to use Bliboard. In this one, we're talking about the general user interface you see when you open the application for the first time. And this is what we have exactly here. You have your canvas here in the middle, and you've got tools on the edges, on the left here, on the bottom here, on the right here. And the first thing people ask is if you get into Bliboard and you want to get out, how do you do that? Well, there are two things you can do to get out. You can show your desktop. That is if you don't want to quit Bliboard. And you click on this thing, on this button here, and it says show my computer screen. And if you click on it, you see the desktop, and you can do normal things you do on your computer. For example, I can open my browser here and I can see stuff. If I want to get back into Bliboard, we've got the Bliboard icon here, but if you click on it, nothing's going to happen. You want to click on this button. You click on it and you are taken back into Bliboard. Another way is if you really want to quit out of Bliboard, and the button for that is this one here, and you can see it's a quit or exit button. It says exit the system or quit. You click on it and you are out of Bliboard. Of course, if you have some things that are not saved, it's going to prompt you to save them first, and you need to make a choice if you want to save that or if you want to just quit the application. Now that you know how to get out, I'm going to show you around. On the left here, we've got a left panel. It contains some tools. On the right, we got some other tools. And on the bottom here, we've got another box that contains tools. The left panel here contains tools you usually use to control things directly in your pages. We're going to talk about all these tools in detail in future tutorials. Here is the page navigator or page browser, and if you click on this button here, just to show you, you got a lot of pages, and this kind of allows you to navigate through your pages, and you can see that as I move through the pages, the numbers here change, and I've got a total of 6 pages now, and I am on the first page. I go to the second, I go to the third. You see the idea, right? And sometimes, depending on your settings, you open this application and this page navigator is shown, or it might not be shown. To hide it, if you want to hide it, you click on this button here and it's hidden. You want to show it again, click on this button again, and you see your pages again. Right on the bottom here, we've got tools we use to do stuff on the board. We've got a pen, we've got a marker, we've got an eraser, and if you see a tool and you don't know what it does, just put your mouse cursor on top of it, and a message is shown telling you what that thing does. For example, here the pen, it's a pen. Use it to write on the board. This is a highlighter. Use it to highlight stuff. This is an eraser, and it helps you erase stuff. That's all for this box here. Another thing I should mention that I had forgotten is that these things have specific names in Bliboard. These are fine names, but they help us, identify what it does we want to talk about. So the page navigator here, sometimes we call it Nego, and you just gotta make that stick. The box here that contains the pens and the markers is called a Pufu. Yeah, and if you click on this button here, we show another box that contains tools you use to draw shapes on the whiteboard, and this one is called the Zango. So you really got to remember these names. This is the Nagel, this is the Pufu, this is the Zanga. In the Zanga here, we've got tools that help us draw shapes on the whiteboard. For example, this one we have here helps us draw ellipse. If I select this tool, I know it's selected because it is highlighted white here. I click on the whiteboard, I hold and drag around. I can control the shape of my object here, and when I'm happy with it, I release and I have it here. I can click on the selector tool here and move it around. And don't worry if you don't know what these tools do already. You're going to see that in future tutorials that are detailed on specific tools. On the right here, we've got tools to help us manipulate the state of the document. And we've got, for example, we've got tools to add new documents, load documents that we have saved. And we're not going to go into too much details. We're going to talk about that in future tutorials. And that's just what you should know. You've got your left panel here, you've got your right panel here, you've got your page navigator, and as you navigate through your pages, you see the numbers here. You've got your Pufu, contains your pens and markers, and you've got your Zango that contains tools to draw shapes on the whiteboard. I hope this has been informative to you guys. I'll see you in the next videos. Bye.